Hello guys, Curve RC here, and today I'm going to be putting in the pinion gear, like I said in my previous video, for my Arrma Granite. So here we go. So let me first get the truck out of the way. So basically, what you're going to want to do first is put some Loctite on the grub screw. Because if you don't, then when you're driving around, the grub screw will come out. So basically, you want to use like blue Loctite because you don't want, this is medium strength, you don't want it to be too tight on there. So just put a dab on there, should be good. And I'm going to put it into here. Just like that. Oh. Make sure I don't put it in upside down. I'm going to do it off camera back here. Just for a second. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is screw it in a little bit. So I'm using these Horizon Hobby hex driver set. These are really nice. They work very well because the stock ones that come with your truck are usually not very good, because when you're trying to screw something in, the wrenches bend. You know what I'm talking about, like the little Allen keys. Anyway, those bend and they flex, and that's not very good. So you want to screw this in, not quite all the way, because it's still going to go on the truck. So get this stuff out of here now. Throw this paper towel away. And now, basically, I'm going to put it on here. So when you're doing this, you want the the grub screw, the grub screw to go on the flat side of the motor shaft. If you don't do that right, it's not going to work. So put it on upside down. Just like that. So now here comes the tricky part, screwing this in. So the key was to screwing these screws in on all RC trucks and stuff is you want to go till it stops, and then you just want to go a tiny bit more. So that's so that you don't strip the screw and it doesn't fall out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. So there it stopped. I'm just going to go a tiny bit more. And that should be good. So now that's on. I'm going to set the gear mesh and put these screwdrivers away. So now we're setting the gear mesh. As most of you have seen everywhere online, is going to tell you to use a piece of paper. And from what I've heard, that's not right. You have to do it by hand. So you don't want to, make it too tight or too loose. So maybe I'll go and set this mesh off camera. Never mind. So for this granite, you have to pop off the spur gear here. Just comes out. Make sure you don't lose any of the bearings. And you have to do that to unscrew the screw here. Which is kind of dumb, because you're setting the mesh with the spur and the pinion. So why would you have to take the pinion off to set the mesh? Basically, I'm just going to push the motor back a little bit. Let's see if that does anything. My mesh was decent before. It was grinding a bit. So there's a little bit of play there. It's tight, but that seems good. There's too much there. So I'll go ahead and set the gear mesh off camera. So that's going to basically be it for this video. Just showing you guys how to put the Loctite on with the grub screw and the pinion. So I'll set the mesh off camera, put the gear cover back on, put the wheel back on, and then You probably want to wait a few hours until the Loctite dries, or else it'll come off. Me being impatient, I probably won't do that, so maybe soon I'll have a video about this. I'm going to do a speed run of my slash, probably later today. So, see you guys later. Bye.